Hello and welcome back to the Yeti Adventures. I hope you really liked the last couple or now 3 videos, I think. Today you see a little bit different location again. I'm heading on my first solo trip ever. It is a 2,500 kilometer road trip through the Kootenays, Rocky Mountains, all the way up to Kenmore. Right now I'm at the Hope landslide. You can't really tell behind me. It's crazy foggy around here, which is great. We need some rain. The wildfires are absolutely bonkers in some areas. We need rain, and the next 2 days supposed to be rainy, which is I'm fine with it, because then that means blue sky when I'm up in the Alpine, and yeah, I can't wait. I'm now 1.5 hours away from home. I thought just stop and just give you a little bit of an intro to tell you where I'm going, and yeah. That's technically it. I'll stop here and there, take a couple videos, show you where I am. There's a couple nice spots on the way. First stop right now is Cranbrook, and then I'm heading to my first overnight spot. It's a kind of little wreck site. If it's filled up, there's a couple other nice river sites that I have found out already too. And yeah, I think that's technically it. I have around like 10 hours of driving in front of me right now. We're right, I think like 9 hours maybe left. I have already an hour, but it's early in the morning too. I started at 5 in the morning to pack everything, and now it's 7. So yeah, I might look even like a little bit tired too. So yeah, that's technically my plan for today. You see, there's absolutely nothing to see around, and that is it. I think my first stop is a little bit of a old mine town. I hope it's open because it's Saturday, and because of the fires a lot of like business is closed, but I'll try my best to get some footage from some nice spots on the way to Cranbrook. Good morning. After 12 hours of sleep, which were more than needed, I woke up to blue sky and sunshine. Who would have thought? Now big rain clouds are coming in from this way, and I'm trying to get some breakfast done. Just a coffee and some oats and a little banana. That's it for today. I have some hopefully good dinner tonight, and not just an easy dinner like last night with the noodles, as you guys have seen. That's my plan for today, to go more exploring. I have some stops on the way where I would like to camp. Maybe I find a high elevation point that's not crazy windy. That's always the problem. If you have some epic places, sometimes when you see the pictures, even the pictures that I did from some places where I'm up high, yes, amazing views in the morning, but no one really tells you when you're in the night and there is wind coming in with like 40 kilometers per hour that you're sitting inside the tent or standing nearly and holding the tent in place, which is yeah, it's an adventure for sure. But yeah, that's kind of like my plan. I'm airing down on the trail that's on the other side of the valley here to get a little bit more cushion and a little bit more comfortable ride for the couple off-road trails that I've planned today, and actually the next days too. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, this morning a little bit exploring around here, and then packing in before the rain comes, and then heading out. So I thought actually the rain is coming in faster,
but it stayed away. Just drizzled for 10 minutes, one big cloud, and it's gone. As you can see behind me, there's some thick clouds up there, but that's technically it for hopefully today. I just went down to the Findlay Falls actually. So if you're in that area, Canal Flats, just stop by. It's just 10 minutes just to hike down there. A little neat place. Even you can have lunch down there or dinner, depends on when you arrive. Some small places are sometimes even better than those tourism hotspots where everything is like on the road. You have to go there and explore this and this place. Sometimes some small places are even more worth it to explore. So I made it to the Kootenay FSR, Kootenay River FSR, I think it's called. What an amazing place. I'm 30 kilometers in and I can't believe the scenery. I will turn around and I hope you can still hear me. The wind is a little bit stronger than expected, but I don't want to complain. There's no rain right now. It's nice, cloudy, some blue sky in between. Makes for amazing pictures as well. So yeah, I'm 30 kilometers in and there is over 100 kilometers to come. So I'm super stoked. I arrived at my camp spot right now. A little bit different from what I was planning, to be honest. Reason is the rain came in. As you have seen on the previous footage, it was a lot of rain and some roads were starting to flood, so I made the decision not to go up higher. You never know how the roads are looking after 12 hours. Can happen that some are washed away. So I'm by myself and I don't want to risk that. I have a lot of equipment and recovery gear with me, but when a whole road is gone, it's a little bit different. It's days and days of shoveling to get the road back. But I arrived at a little nice wreck site, at least super quiet again. I seem to be super lucky with that. Reason another wreck site is, it was the only place I could find around like 30 kilometers of radius. And before I'm just going up higher again and then risk some more rain to come in overnight. So started to make some plans and change the plans. So starting from here tomorrow. Tonight I'm going to bed early again. It's usually not my thing. And usually I'm staying up and enjoy with a little bit of a propane fire, the views. But I have some plans for tomorrow. I want to explore a cave, Canada's deepest cave. It's just a little bit further away from here. I think it's another 4 hours of driving towards Fernie, and going there, exploring there, going into the cave. You can go in a couple meters, which is really cool. I saw a couple of videos from that before. I take you guys, of course, with me. And that's technically it for tonight. I'm wrapping it up with a dinner, easy dinner again, and saving my sausage and my bacon for the sunshine days. And yeah, I think there's not much to say when you're looking at the views around here. I'm happy that blue sky is now coming in. A couple gray clouds over here, but they're all just moving away. And that's technically it. Taking some pictures, taking a couple other videos. I might take up the drone later on, or maybe tomorrow morning. Might be a better idea. and then show you the area from the sky. Good morning and welcome to Frosty Mountain, I would call it nearly. Still in the Kootenays, but it was a freezing cold night. Holy smokes. I brought 4 blankets with me. I used them all and it was still cold. I have an insulation usually for the tent as well, but I wasn't expecting it to be that cold over here. I saw a couple numbers already and I did some forecast watching how the temperatures are dropping, and I saw it goes down to like 8 or 7 degrees, which I'm usually fine with it. But we had 0 degrees tonight. I checked it actually at the truck. So that said, I'm still happy that I made the decision and camped down here, because it's hard to tell right now because the sun is out and the ISO is just not showing them all, and the clouds are all covering the mountains right now. We had snow, like 200 meters up higher from here. We had snow, and not just a bit. Some of the mountains up here are, wow, they're covered like big times in snow. So I'm happy that I stayed down here, and rain came down a lot too. So had big puddles around the tent, and even the side area here from that river was coming up pretty high, but nothing to worry about, to be honest. But an amazing morning. Still cold. As you see, I have the blanket down here just to sit in the sun, but with the blanket, and I'm wearing a sweater, a jacket and a t-shirt underneath. But it could be worse, right? There's nothing. I heard the neighbors this morning just for a second, and that's it. Everything else is peace and quiet. I think that's what a solo trip really does. It just gives you such a different vibe. You just go, you're all by yourself. You have no one around, and I don't mind people around me. Don't get me wrong. I just absolutely love hanging out with people and doing trips with people, or with my friend, for example, as well. But that solo trip right now, I'm in like 2 or 3 days now. 3 days? I totally forgot the time too. It's something different. I have my coffee here, I'm sitting there, I'm just thinking about the trip today. I'm thinking what I'm doing, what I'm just exploring. I mean, I have a rough idea, but yeah, it is amazing. I can only recommend it. And if you're not going too crazy up in some areas, and if you have the equipment, I have a Garmin InReach GPS tracker, so I can even like contact my people in like Chilliwack, or even my mom. As you hear, I'm from Germany. My mom from Germany, I just contacted via Garmin InReach from here and sent her my location. I can highly recommend that. It's a little bit of money for that little piece, but it is an amazing part of a solo trip, and it makes you feel safer too, because it just gets the GPS in like a minute, and then if you have an emergency, it has an SOS button. But I can actually go a little bit more in depth to how that whole thing works, and all my other gear that I'm using. I'm trying to get that done the next couple days. Maybe I do a separate video at home. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll let you guys enjoy the views, and I'll get the drone up right now and show you everything from up high. wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update where I am. I'm just getting the drone up in a couple seconds as well, but this place right now, wow. I'm just driving and driving and driving, and I have another 110 kilometers to go to get out to the cave where I actually wanted to go today. But when I'm looking around here, there's so much more to explore, like all those areas behind me. As you can see, there is another road up here. All those mountains behind me. Turn around. This one I think is Mount Mike. Mount Mike is like 3,300 meters high. And as you see, most of them are covered in snow. It's absolutely beautiful here. I just have no words for it. I'm just driving. I had a couple creek crossings too, which was really, really cool. They were super deep too. And some other areas were a little bit flooded. But unfortunately, I couldn't do any footage from it because sometimes it's a bit hard. You drive through the river section and then you put the camera up and then you drive backwards and you drive through again. And yeah, so I just left it, but I just wanted to stop here and to show you the area because right now there's not a lot of wind going on. So I hope you guys can hear me good. But as you see, like, look at this. There might be a little bit of wind noise. I see that right now on my microphone, but yeah, it's amazing. I hope you can kind of like get the feelings through the camera and through the footage. Let me see it go back up here. It's mind-blowing. I'm just can't wait to go further down. I see there's a couple more roads down there. Let me swing around here. You see the road up there too. But I have to stop exploring at some point because otherwise I'm not making it to my final destination for tonight. Yeah, that's it for now. And get the drone up, get a couple of footage from up the sky again, and yeah, keep on rolling. Well, here we are. After an hour of a hike from the parking spot, I arrived at the deepest cave in Canada. It's also one of the biggest ones I've ever seen in my whole life. The entry, I'll try to get some footage from the outside soon done. Wow, it's crazy. The entry to the actual cave is right there. You have to climb up a waterfall, and then I think the cave themselves is 635 meters deep. That's a lot. And this is why it's the deepest in Canada. But the hike up here, if you're not an experienced hiker, just a heads up, there's a lot of climbing involved to get up here. It's not an easy hike, but it's worth it. Like I said, it's an hour from the parking spot, but so worth it. Tonight, a little bit of a different ending from inside the tent. As you can see, I have usually a little bit of a light going around here. I have a big light right in front of me, otherwise you couldn't even see me. I hope you really liked the cave exploring section. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. Tomorrow I was planning to go up into the high Alpine, but I also have to drive 350 kilometers gravel road to come to my next spot. So I'm a little bit of a struggle when I'm doing high Alpine, nice long road trip, probably high Alpine, and then stay around here again. Tonight I just had to go to a little camp spot and found the last spot. It is on the lake. It's right now in Alberta. It's just a little bit outside of Sparwood. It's a provincial park. It's really nice. I think you've seen the footage before with the mountain in the background. It's right out of my camp spot here. Tomorrow, like I said, not really sure what I'm doing. I have my MacBook already on the side here just to see and planning and maybe just doing some changes to my trip. Otherwise, it's way too much driving and I have not enough time. It feels like I'm an hour ahead here in Alberta. It feels like the time is running by like nothing. So, and I want to just also enjoy the scenery and not just like driving by. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Have to go up early tomorrow morning again, and not a lot of things happening tonight. Just probably watching a movie, replanning my trip, and call it a night. Good night.